Good morning. Thanks for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus on this Saturday morning, looking outside in Midtown, where it's looking really nice at this point. So step outside and enjoy the weather before it warms up later today. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks so much again for checking in here for an update on what's happening in your Metro Atlanta news and weather headlines. We'll check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi here in just a moment, tracking your weekend forecast. But right now, I am here to update you on what's making news. Of course, the big story continues to be the Barrow County school shooting from days ago and how that community is just coming together to remember the people who lost their lives, who were injured, and they're just all leaning on one another during this really difficult time. There were multiple vigils last night, and we know we will continue to see more. Again, it's all to remember these four people right here, two teachers and two students who were killed in that school shooting at Apalachee High School. 14-year-old students Christian Angulo and Mason Schermerhorn, and beloved math teachers Richard Aspinwall and Christina Irami. We've learned that classes will resume Tuesday for all schools in the district except for Apalachee High School. The superintendent says there will be extra support and security at all schools, including more law enforcement. And I mentioned the vigils that were held last night. Such a huge turnout from the Barrow County community and beyond as people came together in Winder last night to just be together during this horrible time. Not only did 4 people lose their lives, 9 others were injured. 7 of them had gunshot wounds. Congressional lawmakers were among those who were there last night. And you can see people lit candles. They're dropping off flowers and stuffed animals. They're praying, sharing words of remembrance, and just being together. And there was also a vigil at what should have been a football game, but of course last night's football game was canceled between Apalachee High School and Monroe Area High School. But still, there was a gathering out at Monroe Area High School. People paid their respects and prayed. One of the murdered teachers, Richard Aspinwall, was also an assistant coach and well known in the area. So that sports community there, even at rival high schools, of course, rivalries go out the window during something like this. So people are just devastated. There's such a ripple effect throughout the community. We're hearing from some students nervous to go to their own school. And we've talked about this week. There have been several arrests made in many metro Atlanta counties. Police are not messing around with this. Zero tolerance right now for copycat situations. And they've arrested at least a dozen students, I believe, for various threats that have posted online and things along that line. They just are sending a strong message of you can't even, hoax, real, whatever it may be. They're taking this very, very seriously, but there have been several arrests made since the Apalachee High School shooting. And as far as what's happening with the suspect in this case, our cameras were rolling yesterday as the teenage suspect and his father were both in court in back-to-back first appearances. 14-year-old Colt Gray faces murder charges for the deaths of the 2 students and the 2 teachers, and prosecutors say more charges are expected. His father, Colin Gray, faces several charges, including second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. Investigators say he knowingly allowed his son to possess a gun. This is the first time in Georgia history that a parent of a school shooting suspect has been charged in connection with the crime, only the second time in the nation's history. So Colt Gray, the teen suspect, could face life in prison. His father faces up to 180 years total in prison. Neither of their attorneys asked for bond yesterday, so they will remain in jail. And the judge set their next court dates for December. There is another headline that we wanted to get you updated on, a sad story out of Greene County, where family and friends of Greene County Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Chris Eddy are preparing to say their final goodbyes. Eddy was killed just a few days ago on Wednesday when a tractor trailer exploded while he was putting out a fire on the highway. And people lined up outside of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation headquarters yesterday as his body was escorted home one final time. A visitation for Eddy is planned for tomorrow, Sunday at noon, at the Morgan County High School gym. followed by the funeral at 3 o'clock. So keep it with us right here at Atlanta News First Plus as we learn updates on all of these stories, especially with what's happening in Barrow County. We have a team of reporters continuing to work this. We have a reporter right there outside of the high school. We're told people are already gathering there, and we know that they will be for days to come. As we begin to learn about funeral arrangements and other vigils, we will be sure to pass them along to you. So let's talk about our weather right now because it is the weekend and we know you may be trying to make some outdoor plans. So I will bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi to tell us about this gorgeous look of Midtown we are seeing right now. And we are getting ready for a little taste of fall, you say, Courtney. Is that right?
We sure are. We have some really nice weather on the way. So the weekend will be fantastic after a bit of a gloomy day yesterday. Thankfully, we're turning things around right in time for the weekend. And yes, it will feel a little more fall-like tomorrow morning, especially as our humidity drops and our temperatures drop. It'll be just spectacular. Lots of sunshine right now over Midtown. That's a nice sight to see after, again, a really just kind of overcast and dismal day yesterday. And we are waiting on this. So lower humidity is currently to our north behind a cold front. And you can see that indicated by the green and light blue colors. Meanwhile, we're kind of in that orange and yellow color. That indicates that slightly higher humidity. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't feel summer-like out there. It's not super uncomfortable, but more comfortable air is on the way in the coming hours as a cold front continues to move through. So right now, pushing through pretty much parts of North Metro, we have a low to our south that's at least trapping in enough moisture for that humidity to stay fairly elevated, also give us a few extra clouds. But as that front continues to push south, that will offer us a breeze and ultimately cool our temperatures down. Right now, a lot of us in the upper 60s to low 70s. As I take you hour by hour through the day, we could also have a few showers pop up along that front. Our rain coverage at about 20% today. By noon, temperatures generally in the low 80s with the exception of the North Georgia mountains. You'll be in the 70s, and that'll be the case for some spots far north of the city today as the cooler air behind that front really settles in for you. If you live from Ellijay to Lakemont, Clay County, parts of Blue Ridge, Dahlonega, you'll more than likely top out in the 70s to low 80s today. Meanwhile, the city of Atlanta topping out more so in the upper 80s, and a lot of our suburbs from Atlanta south topping out in the mid to upper 80s today. Between about 3 and 8 p.m., we'll watch for just a few scattered showers, nothing significant. Don't go canceling your plans, but you might have a quick passing shower develop over you again. Between about 3 and 8 p.m. will be the time frame for that. Taking you into the evening tonight, if you're headed to any of the football games, we have Georgia State playing Chattanooga tonight at 7. We have Taste of Smyrna going on in Cobb. We have the Braves kicking off at 7:20. Leaving those events later tonight, temperatures will generally be in the 70s. We'll have a chance for maybe a few showers south of I-20, but notice we're already dropping into the 60s north of the city, and a breeze will continue to build through the night tonight. So overall, it'll be a pretty nice evening. If you are headed to UGA this afternoon, that first kickoff there at 2 o'clock, the first game here at Sanford Stadium. Of course, we had the one at the Benz last week, but that game at 2 o'clock, and it should look pretty nice there with temperatures generally in the 80s for play over in Athens this afternoon. Heading into tomorrow morning, here's a look at that lower humidity that ushers in behind that front. We're talking dew points in the 40s. That is crisp air, really dry. Paired with temperatures like this, it is just going to feel phenomenal outside tomorrow morning. It is going to be a hot cup of coffee on your back porch kind of day. If you're like me and you just have a balcony, that will suffice. Just take your coffee outside and enjoy the beautiful fall-like air tomorrow morning. It will still be in the mid-60s from Atlanta south, so it'll be a little warmer for some of us, but we'll have a handful of 50s out there tomorrow morning. Just really, really comfortable weather. Tomorrow afternoon, another really nice day in store. In fact, arguably nicer than today. The humidity will be lower. We'll have a nice breeze. We'll see a lot of sunshine. We do have the Quaker State 400 tomorrow over at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you've never been to a race out there, tomorrow would be the day to go, okay? Weather like this at a race is just spectacular. It will be a little breezy, temperatures in the 70s, lots of sunshine. It will be a perfect day to get outdoors and do anything, whether you're headed to the race or any of the events across North Georgia this weekend. It'd be a great day. Again, by 1 o'clock, we'll be in the low 70s after a morning in the 50s and 60s, and then we'll get closer to 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. I do want to take you into the tropics. We're watching a disturbance, a tropical wave, if you will, that is starting to push into the Bay of Campeche right now. 60% chance of development on this one. It is forecast to kind of head towards Texas and kind of linger along the coast. But that low that could potentially develop into a tropical depression, could potentially become Tropical Storm Francine. That low is going to push closer to us as it weakens come late week. So no, we're not expecting any kind of tropical storm force conditions here, even if it does become a tropical storm. Which again isn't necessarily super likely, but this low will ride along the Gulf Coast, and very similar to the low that we were watching that brought us all the rain yesterday, this will do almost exactly that, and will bring us a heightened chance for rain Thursday and Friday. Now, models have been really struggling with where this low is going to set up, the timing on it, so we're going to put about a 40% coverage of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder Thursday and Friday, more so rain than any kind of thunderstorm chance, but Thursday and Friday will be the best chance for rain. With the increase in cloud cover, that's going to hold temperatures in the 70s. So right now, no first alert weather day. I think if a day were to be a first alert weather day, it might be Thursday because models have been trending a little wetter on Thursday. But again, when you're dealing with a low that hasn't even really developed yet, they're going to be quite unsure. So right now, we don't have necessarily the strongest hold on the forecast for Thursday and Friday, but we do know that it looks like that will be the highest chance for rain Thursday and Friday. But timing, coverage, all that still needs a little bit of fine tuning before we really give you a day that seems to be a soaker, which right now neither of the days really look to be that. But again, we'll work on it as we go through the week. Just enjoy the sunshine the next couple days. Mid 80s today, low 80s Sunday. Really, really nice weather over the next couple days. Maybe a stray shower mainly between about 3 and 8 p.m. And then we will have mornings in the 50s to 60s all the way through about Wednesday morning, highs in the 80s, so no 90s on the forecast. And then we'll increase rain chances Thursday and Friday with highs in the 70s. All right, everyone, enjoy the beautiful sunshine today. Enjoy the nice weather, the nice breeze, the more mild air. It's just going to be a gorgeous weekend, so I hope you can get out and enjoy it. And, of course, we'll keep you posted on the forecast and all of our news headlines. Of course, a lot of really, really sad news to report from this coming week that we'll continue to update you on as we make our way through the day and through the rest of the weekend. Make it a wonderful Saturday, everyone, and we'll catch you here next time.